This is the body scan meditation. You can practice this meditation lying on a mat or a blanket, or if you prefer, you can practice this meditation sitting in a chair. During the body scan, we'll be bringing our awareness into the body, noticing in detail the changing sensations as we move attention from one part of the body to another. The key idea with this is simply to be aware in each passing moment of how we're feeling in that part of the body, without trying to strive to achieve a particular state, such as relaxation. And without judging or being critical of ourselves as to how well or how badly we think we're doing. It's important to remember not to try too hard to relax, and perhaps let go of the tendency, which we all have, to want things to be different from how they are now. There's no right way or wrong way to feel during the body scan. You can, if you wish, do this with your eyes closed, but it's common to feel sleepy during the body scan meditation. And if that's the case, perhaps you could experiment with opening your eyes and continuing with the body scan as best you can. But don't worry if you do feel sleepy or drift away at times. This is a common experience. So let's begin by, if we're lying down, just letting our feet fall away from each other's and just allowing the hands to rest comfortably by our sides. Perhaps becoming aware of the contact points of your body with the floor or the chair if you're sitting. So we're dropping out of the head, thinking, analysing, and moving into the body, being aware of sensation. And directing your attention in particular to the abdomen and feeling the sensations in that region as the breath comes into your body and the belly gently expands, and as the breath moves out of your body and the belly deflates. And now, when you feel ready to, let's shift the focus of our attention from the belly all the way down the legs to the toes on both the left and right side. And just becoming aware of whatever sensations or feelings are in the toes in this moment. There's no need to start thinking or analysing this area of the body, but simply bring a gentle, sensitive awareness of whatever sensations are here. Be they sensations of tingling, warmth or coldness, the big toe and the little toe and the toes in between. And just keeping the perception very, very fine. Almost as if we're bringing a gentle curiosity to the body. And you'll notice frequently during this body scan meditation that the mind wanders off. And so whenever we notice that, just being extremely gentle with ourselves and escorting the attention back to the region of the body that we are experiencing in this moment. In this case, the toes. And so now just letting go of the region of the toes and becoming aware of the soles of the feet. And so once again, just being aware of whatever sensations are here. And also noticing the points of contact of the heel with the floor, if you're lying. Being aware of times when we become impatient, when we want to speed up this process. Also being aware of times when we may want to move. And that's fine, we can move the body if we want to. But perhaps being aware of the intention to move if we are doing that, and being aware of the sensations as we move the body. Otherwise, just remaining still as best we can. And keeping the awareness within the feet. Gradually moving the attention now up through the rest of the feet, the top of the feet. Just slowly, carefully following the flow of sensation. All the way up to the ankles. Simply being aware of whatever we feel in the moment. And during the body scan, we can experiment with breathing into different parts of the body. And although this might seem strange at first, just see how this goes. And so, just imagining that as you breathe in, you can direct the breath down into your feet on the in-breath. And then as you breathe out, imagine that you can breathe out into the area surrounding your feet. And so just breathing in, down to your feet, and then out into the area surrounding your feet. Letting go of any effort, force, striving. And just allowing the body to be. If you do find that breathing into areas of the body in this way is somehow unnatural for you, then it's fine just to stay with the sensations, the direct sensations in that part of the body, just dwelling with that. And so now just letting go of the feet and bringing the attention to rest on the area of the lower legs. Perhaps being aware of the contact of the calf muscles underneath with the mat or the blanket if you're lying. And seeing if it's possible to be aware of sensations at different levels. The sensations at the surface, contact with your clothes, the skin, and maybe sensations that go deeper as well, deep into the leg, towards the bones even. And expanding the awareness to include the area of the knees on the left and right side. Perhaps bringing the attention, the awareness deep into the joints. And you'll notice the mind will be wandering off. The moment we become aware of that is a moment of mindfulness, and we can simply register that without judging ourselves, bringing the mind back to this area of the body and the sensations in this moment in that region. Now just allowing the lower legs and the knees to dissolve in your mind's eye, and moving the awareness to the upper legs. And again, just registering the sensations that are in this area of the body. Noticing that there may be constantly shifting sensations. That sensations are changing every moment. And if we do become sleepy, as will happen from time to time, this is very natural. And just experimenting with opening the eyes if they're closed, and just become aware of the spaciousness surrounding the body. Moving the body if you feel that being still becomes overwhelming. But again, just keeping awareness within the sensations as we move or stretch. Perhaps if you wish to, directing the breath into the upper legs and then breathing out into the area surrounding the thighs. And breathing into the lower legs too. And on the out breath, just allowing the body to sink a little deeper, perhaps into the mat or the blanket if you're lying. Letting go of any expectations as to what should or shouldn't happen. And remembering that there's no right way or wrong way to feel as we practice the body scan. Just accepting whatever we're feeling is okay. Even if there's agitation or impatience. And just now allowing the legs to dissolve in the mind's eye and moving the awareness to the region of the hips and the pelvis. Aware of the buttocks in contact with the mat or the floor or the chair. And the sensations of contact and of weight. Perhaps of heaviness. Being aware of any and all sensations in this area of the body. So now just letting go of the pelvic region and just becoming aware of the area that comes out of the pelvis, the spine, the lower back. And just resting the awareness here What is it you feel in this moment in the lower back? Just bringing that gentle, kind, curious awareness. Accepting sensations, whether they be pleasant or unpleasant, particularly if there are strong sensations, perhaps of pain or discomfort or tension. Just noticing the precise pattern of sensations without having to retreat from them, not getting too involved in them. And just perhaps using the breath to approach these areas of intensity, if they're here. Breathing into them, and then breathing out from them into the area surrounding the body. And doing this in a non-striving way, without having to achieve or change anything. Noticing the tendency of the mind to wander off or to drift off into a sleepy state. And just being very patient with ourselves when we notice that. Opening the eyes or moving if we need to. And then coming back with this gentle, kindly awareness. Sense of appreciation perhaps of our back region. Expanding the awareness to include the upper back. The whole of the spine. As well as the large muscles on either side of the spine. The shoulder blades and the contact of our back with the floor or the chair. Just being aware of what is here, shifting sensations. No need to get anywhere or make anything happen. All we're doing with the body scan is just being aware. And accepting as best we can whatever arises without having to escape from or push away what is unpleasant, and without having to cling to what we may feel is pleasant, allowing these to change, to come and go, and just flowing and being aware of our changing experience in the body from moment to moment. As we move now from the back region and just bring the attention to dwell once again on the movement of the belly. A sense of the air coming in and out of the body. How the body effortlessly can breathe itself without our having to think about it. And expanding, if you will, to include also the chest cage, also rising and falling with the gentle rhythm of the breath. And perhaps also noticing the beating of our heart. The mind gets caught up in thinking, judging, analysing from time to time, and just being very patient with these moments, bringing the mind back into the body, and letting go of the chest area now, and coming to rest on the fingers, both sides. Perhaps noticing the tips of the fingers and what we feel there. Maybe tingling, perhaps coldness or warmth. There may even be an absence of sensation at times, and that's fine too. Just being aware of there being no sensation. In addition to the fingers and the thumbs, also being aware of the palms of the hands and the backs of the hands. And just moving up the wrists, allowing the awareness to expand now into the perhaps noticing the contact of your skin with clothes on the surface, but also having a sense perhaps of sensations deep within the arms towards the bones and towards the joints and the elbows. And then moving on into the upper arms. Without trying to push or force anything, just going into these sensations, aware of how sensations are constantly changing. And coming now into the area of the shoulders, the shoulders are, for many of us, a region of the body that can wind up accumulating tension from the stress of the day. And so at this moment, just experiencing your shoulders as they are. Perhaps just breathing into your shoulders on the in-breath, and breathing out from the shoulders as best you can into the space surrounding it. Perhaps allowing the breath also to be directed on the in-breath down the arms, into the forearms, and into the upper arms. And once again, just breathing out into the area surrounding the arms. Letting go, allowing the body to sink a little deeper perhaps into the mat if you're lying down. No need to force anything or strive to get anywhere with this. No need to rush this either. Noticing how the mind wants to get ahead, goes into the future, perhaps wants this to be finished, or perhaps is judging ourselves because we've missed out a part or several parts of the body. But no matter, just coming back and being present with this part of the body. Just moving on now into the neck region. Again, just bringing sensitive curiosity, as best you can, an attitude of kindness toward the body, toward ourselves, if possible. And then just allowing this region to dissolve in your mind's eye as you move on to the face. And let's focus first on the jaw region. Just experiencing any sensations right up into the hinge region of the jaw. And just breathing with this region. And on the out breath, when you're ready, just allowing the awareness to expand to include the mouth, aware of your lips, as well as the inside of the mouth, the tongue, the gums and the teeth. And then becoming aware of the cheeks and the nose, perhaps noticing the air coming in through the nostrils, slightly cool air, and then as we breathe out, slightly warmer. The area around the nose, and then just bringing the attention to rest around the temples, the eyes, the eye sockets, and gently moving up towards the forehead. Forehead is the seat of stored emotions often, tension, frustration, or anger, and just being aware of that if it's there. And breathing in to the forehead, nourishing your face, allowing the forehead to become smooth if it wants to, but without striving to get rid of anything, having no agenda to relax the body. We're just accepting whatever's here. Perhaps having an awareness of the entirety of your face now, including the forehead, and breathing into the face, almost as if you were coming up from underneath, from inside, breathing into the face, nourishing it with oxygen, and letting the entirety of your face, including the forehead, dissolve into a neutral state. Not working overtime, just letting it be as it is, letting it be still and neutral. Noticing how the mind will wander off, start to judge this process. Just being very patient, bringing the mind back without harshness, without force, and gently coming back into the region of the head, the back of the head, perhaps noticing contact with mat or cushion if you're lying, as well as perhaps now becoming aware of the region around the top of the head, of the scalp. Just dwelling here for a moment or two. And just lying here in a state of stillness and awareness. Noticing how the body feels as a whole. Noticing any areas of discomfort or tension if they're still here. Accepting that. Noticing any areas of calmness. Noticing once again the rhythmic movement of the belly with the breath. And when you're ready to start to finish this meditation, you can just gently wriggle your toes, become sensitive to gentle movement in the body. You may wish to give yourself some credit for having taken the time and the energy to nourish yourself in this way. And then too, if you wish, simply lie there for a few moments longer before slowly getting up and continuing with your day.